We are taking you into the news right now with the Fox 45 news feed. It's 11 a.m. Right now, city police investigating 5 shootings, all just hours apart. What local leaders are doing today to try to address the continued crime crisis. Time is running out for lawmakers in Annapolis to pass legislation aimed at curbing violence. Where they stand on a bill backed by City State's Attorney Ivan Bates. And a new twist in the ongoing mystery surrounding former Hogan Chief of Staff Roy McGrath. The new tell-all book that just went on sale this morning. Fox 45 News Midday starts now.
Live from WBFF in Baltimore, this is Fox 45 News Midday.
Thanks for joining us for Fox 45 News Midday. I'm Patrice Sanders. We begin in a city in crisis. There has been yet another violent day in the city. On Tuesday, 5 people were shot, 1 of them killed. As the crime crisis continues, the clock is ticking for lawmakers in Annapolis to pass legislation aimed at curbing the violence. We have team coverage of the crime crisis. We begin with Olivia Dance, who is outside of City Hall, where a crime meeting is set for later today. Olivia.
Yesterday, 5 people were shot in 4 separate shootings, one of them killing a 33-year-old man. And as crime continues to be out of control, city leaders are meeting at 1 today right here at City Hall. Now, this is City Council's regularly scheduled crime reduction and violence prevention meeting, and it is open to the public. Of course, it'll be interesting to see if city leaders address the recent crime, especially since yesterday was particularly violent. The most recent shooting happened around 9 last night when a 19 and 20-year-old woman were shot at Fort Armistead Park. That's just south of the Key Bridge, and their conditions are still unknown. Now, police are asking for tips to help them find the suspects responsible, adding to the long list of shootings that have yet to be solved. In fact, in Baltimore, there's a 60% chance of getting away with murder. And we spoke with a criminal justice professor about this shocking statistic.
When shooters shoot their guns and they don't get caught, they certainly grow more brazen. They certainly get more accustomed to not being caught. And we know, the research does show the likelihood of being caught is the #1 thing that deters criminals from doing crime.
Now, you can find more details on yesterday's shootings on our website at foxbaltimore.com. And, of course, we will be monitoring this afternoon's meeting to see if city leaders address new solutions to help curb the crime. For now, reporting in Baltimore, I'm Olivia Dance, Fox 45 News, Midday.
As the crime continues, there is limited time now for lawmakers in Annapolis to pass new legislation aimed at curbing it. There are just 3 weeks left in the legislative session, and the fate of a bill backed by Baltimore City State's Attorney Ivan Bates is still up in the air. The legislation was heard in a Senate committee for the very first time yesterday. Shannon Lilly shows us now what comes next. Shannon.
Well, in the end, the committee did not vote on this legislation, and at this point, it is still not clear if or when that will happen. But City State's Attorney Ivan Bates did have an opportunity to say his piece during last night's hearing, and he is holding to the belief that this bill is absolutely necessary.
Well, we have to do something. I don't really hear a lot coming from them in terms of what we need to do right now. I understand the wraparound services, and I agree with that. And I don't want to see mass incarceration, but we will see accountability.
So let's take a look at what the bill would do. The legislation, backed by Bates, is seeking to raise the max penalty for illegal gun possession for people ages 21 and up from 3 years to 5 years, essentially closing a loophole where someone between 18 and 20 years old charged with the same crime faces a max sentence of 5 years. Well, right now, because it's a misdemeanor, people only have to serve 25% of the sentence, so those getting 3 years may really only be spending 8 months behind bars. Well, as you heard Bates mention, though, the bill has faced some criticism given concerns over mass incarceration. In fact, throughout the session so far, Bates's plan was heard just one time in a House committee where the bill faced opposition from the head of criminal justice reform at the University of Baltimore Law School, who called locking more people up a failed strategy of the past. Well, after that, the bill stalled for weeks until last night's Senate committee hearing. Now there's talk of rolling the intent of the bill into another piece of legislation. But remember, crossover day was on Monday, so 2 days have passed since then already. And with each day that passes and this bill is not passing a committee, it seems less and less likely that the bill will become reality. Reporting in the studio, I'm Shannon Lilly, Fox 45 News, Midday.
11:05. Here's a look at today's top trending stories. Trending number one, City Council President Nick Mosby is now said to be in compliance with the City Ethics Board's orders regarding the legal defense fund established in his name. This follows an appeal that upheld two violations found against him. In a statement online, the board now writes, quote, "The board is confident that Council President Mosby has complied." The Ethics Board ordered Mosby to cut ties with the fund, and the board says it has received the documents it has requested. Trending number two, a grand jury indicts the man accused of leading police on a chase that ended with the death of a pedestrian. Sean Brunson is facing a series of vehicular manslaughter charges. Police say he led officers on a chase last month and eventually crashed into a building, sending debris crashing down onto a pedestrian who later died. Brunson is already facing charges related to the stolen vehicle. New charging documents also detail police believe he was driving without a license. Trending number three, investigators have named the 19-year-old arrested last week in the carjacking investigation on the campus of Towson University. Police say Jeremy Kiefer is not a student at the school. The carjacking happened last Friday around 3 in the morning in the parking lot behind Millennium Hall. We are told that 4 men robbed the victim and took a gray Honda vehicle. One of them had a gun. Trending number four, mark your calendar. The Baltimore Farmers Market is set to return on April 2nd. The market is under the Jones Falls Expressway, and opening weekend will also feature the first B-side of the year. The B-side is a monthly extension of the market featuring local performers. This month's theme will show off some of Baltimore's best house DJs. Download the Fox 45 News app for up-to-the-minute traffic conditions, breaking news, and weather anytime. Search WBFF in your app store. Still ahead, be careful what you buy online. How a woman says she ruined her brother's surprise proposal after seeing what he bought on their family's Amazon account. A new buyer for the Washington Commanders. Our former basketball star is looking to toss his hat into the ring. But first, the trial was watched by millions, and now personal effects from the Murdaugh family are going up for sale. What we're learning about that auction coming up.
And we're in for a gorgeous spring afternoon with temperatures reaching the mid-60s, staying above average. For any gardening or yard work, you want to get it done today before the rain comes tomorrow. I'll break down the timing coming up in my Weather Authority forecast.
Fox 45 News, winner of 17 2022 Regional Emmy Awards, more than all other Baltimore news stations combined.
.09, topping your social stream, the U.S. is accelerating its plans to send weapons to Ukraine. Military officials say a group of Ukrainian soldiers training to use the systems are learning faster than expected and should complete a training course being held in Oklahoma in just a matter of days. After the training is complete, the missiles and soldiers will be sent back to the front lines in Ukraine. The Army is also planning to accelerate its plans to send tanks to Ukraine. You've got people reacting not very confident in this. Mario says, I'm sure those 31 old tanks are going to be a game changer next year when they get delivered. Another person saying we can either accelerate to World War III or negotiate a peace ending to this conflict before it gets out of control. Items from the family estate of convicted murderer Alec Murdaugh will be going on the auction block in Georgia this week. The furniture and decorations come from the Moselle estate in Colton County, South Carolina, which gained notoriety during his murder trial. A jury convicted Murdaugh earlier this month of shooting and killing his wife and son at the kennels on their property. The Murdaugh items will be sold along with property from other estates. Here's what you're saying, Maria. Best believe I opened Facebook for the first time in a year to look at the Murdaugh estate sale auction posts. Another person, who would want any of that stuff? Yuck. Magic Johnson is joining a bid to buy the Washington Commanders. According to the Associated Press, a source says the NBA Hall of Famer is joining a potential ownership group led by businessman Josh Harris. Johnson already has ownership stakes in the MLB's Los Angeles Dodgers, the MLS's Los Angeles FC, and the WNBA's Los Angeles Sparks. Here's how you're reacting to that. Ron says, you know what? I'll join too. Another person, let's start a list of people not connected to buying the Commanders. It'll be easier. Still ahead, forget the farm. Researchers are growing chickens in a lab. What the FDA is saying about it and whether you could soon see it on menus. And another twist in the case, the new tell-all book that's just been released as the manhunt for former Hogan Chief of Staff Roy McGrath continues. And coming up later today at noon, it's Karamo. Then at 1, it's Sherry, followed by Hot Bench at 2. 11:12 now on Fox 45 News Midday. (11:13) now we're back with a live look over the Inner Harbor. Another nice day on tap, but rain is on the way. When we're going to need to grab our umbrellas and how long that rain will last. We're going to check in with meteorologist Jasmine Lomax in just about 5 minutes to get the answers. Continuing coverage now of the manhunt for former Hogan Chief of Staff Roy McGrath. There is a new twist in the saga. Today, a book billed as a tell-all is on sale on Amazon. The book called Betrayed, the True Story of Roy McGrath. Now, the book's release comes as law enforcement continues to try to track down McGrath after he didn't show up to his federal trial on March 13th.
What we can release is limited, but I can tell you that agents are on the case and that it will only be a matter of time before the subject is apprehended. People who are facing a significant time in prison, they are not always the most rational.
As the search continues, the new self-published book is for sale on Amazon. It was written by an author named Ryan Cooper. But who is Ryan Cooper? Fox 45 News tried contacting the author but was unable to. We did talk to McGrath's attorney, who tells Fox 45 News he doesn't know who the author is and nothing leads him to believe that it is McGrath. The book, however, does paint McGrath in a very favorable light. One passage reading, quote, "The crime is not one by Roy, but the many crimes committed by Larry Hogan." In a statement, a spokesman for the former governor says, "In this day and age, anyone can publish a book and repeat bizarre and baseless accusations, including fugitives from justice who are facing multiple counts of fraud." Coming up later today on Fox 45 News at 4, a Baltimore homicide now ruled a justifiable shooting. We're looking into how new gun restrictions in Annapolis could have limited a victim's ability to protect themselves. Then at 5, another Baltimore police officer suspended. The charges she is facing related to a gun and drugs found in her car. And at 6, who is the suspect? What led to the shooting? And was there a gang affiliation? Fox 45 is pressing local leaders and law enforcement for answers in the killing of a city teen. You can get Fox 45 News in a flash through your Amazon Alexa or Echo. We now deliver your local headlines and forecasts in less than 2 minutes. If you have an Amazon device, tell it to enable Fox 45 Baltimore. 11:15 and now to today's talking point. Lab-grown chicken is one step closer to making its way into supermarkets. The FDA is calling cell-grown chicken from the Good Meat Company safe to eat. This is the second company that produces lab-grown meat to be approved in the U.S. Good Meat aims to make sustainable meat by engineering poultry out of cells of chickens instead of slaughtering animals. Good Meat plans to bring its chicken to 30 restaurants for consumers to try. Mark Clark with Be More Lifestyle is here now. How about some lab chicken?
I'll pass.
Doesn't sound appetizing, does it?
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, lab chicken. Here's the thing, Patrice. Now, do I believe that there's already chicken on the market that's probably created from? I'm a conspiracy guy, so yeah, I'm all in. So no, I'm not. I don't need to know it. If it's out there, I don't need to know this. It's too much.
Well, the people who have had it say that it is as good, if not better, than your traditional chicken. The flip side of this, though, we are more than likely, as a global, community, going to have to find ways to sustain our food. So people are applauding it, saying, this is what we have to do. This is what is coming. This is the future. If you want to have enough food for everybody to continually eat, you've got to find other ways than what has been the traditional method.
I don't know. I think that's a line. You don't have to eat fake chicken. You can eat, you can eat, some fruits and vegetables maybe, or.
We're all going vegan.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's not, I think I don't think we have to make it in a lab. I think that's a little bit premature. There's a lot of chickens around.
All right. We're going to leave it at that. Good Meat. It's coming soon. All right.
Thanks, Patrice.
Mark. Well, you know what else is coming soon? The cherry blossom. Spring is officially here, and so is peak bloom for the cherry blossoms in Washington, D.C. Right now, this year's National Cherry Blossom Festival is already underway. It actually kicked off this past Saturday. It's going to go through April 16th. They've got a parade set for Saturday, April 15th. And right now, Wednesday through Saturday, is when these blooms are at their peak. And look at that. You see lots of people. They've been out there since like 5 this morning. We've been checking in on these blooms, and people have been out and about. Good weekend to do it. It's pretty. It's warmer. So whether you're visiting the cherry blossoms or maybe you're just out taking a walk through your neighborhood in the good weather, we want to see how you are enjoying the spring weather. Use your phone's camera to scan the QR code on your screen, and that will take you to our website where you can upload your pictures and your videos. Well, it certainly has been feeling more like spring these past 2 days. For a closer look at what we can expect still moving forward, we've got meteorologist Jasmine Lomax.
Thanks, Patrice. It's been so nice outside, and that nice weather continues into the afternoon. So if you're planning on seeing the cherry blossoms here or maybe in D.C., today is the best day to do that. Our temperatures reach the mid-60s, keeping us above average. We'll have a good bit of sunshine, but then notice tomorrow and again on Friday, we have our next chances for a few showers. So you will want to get cherry blossom visiting done today. Now notice, not much happening here around our area. We're dry. We have high pressure over the Atlantic, and that's influencing our weather. But we're keeping track of this next cold front. That's going to lead to those showers starting tomorrow and continuing into the weekend. Today, though, not too bad, and we're already looking great. 55 for the current temperature with mostly cloudy skies and light winds. Temperatures across the state are mainly in the 50s with a little more sunshine along the eastern shore. If you have any yard work to do, if you're going for a walk or run, it looks great. And into the afternoon, those temperatures rise to the 60s for most of us. As we head into the night, those numbers will gradually start to fall. We'll stay dry through the afternoon and then notice overnight. Showers begin to move in, and that's ahead of that weather maker. These showers continue into the morning, and this does mean that you could be waking up to wet roads, and you may be driving through a little bit of light rain for your morning commute. Rain becomes a little more consistent as we head later into the morning, and then it continues off and on throughout the afternoon and into the night. We'll have more rain on the way on Friday. That's actually going to be the best chance for showers across the state, followed by more showers on Saturday. We have a nice and dry day on Sunday, but then our rain chances pick back up as we head into the upcoming work week. We're talking spotty showers on both days. As we head into the afternoon, our temperatures reach the mid-60s with a good mix of sunshine and clouds. It could be a little breezy with wind gusts up to 20 miles per hour, but otherwise a fantastic spring day. Tomorrow, we've got the return of showers. Temperatures will reach 71, very warm for this time of year. Then we're looking at closer to average numbers on Friday with highs around 55. We'll reach the 60s on Saturday, 65 and a gorgeous end to the weekend on Sunday. We've got dry weather to end, but after that our rain chances increase as we head into the work week. 62 on Monday, 58 on Tuesday. Then as we head into the rest of the week, our temperatures gradually rise back to the 60s. Patrice?
All right, Jasmine, thank you. Still ahead, a 3D printer has successfully made a cheesecake. How the new tech could one day help the food industry. A shift in the housing market, what it means for buyers and sellers coming up. And a big night of all-new television at 8, it's The Masked Singer. It's Country Night as the stars battle it out, performing their favorite country songs. Then at 9, it's Farmer Wants a Wife. And then stick around for Fox 45 News at 10 and the late edition at 11. Your time now, 11:22 on Fox 45 News Midday. 11:25. Don't miss this. Some encouraging news coming from the housing market. The National Association of Retailers says existing home sales rose 14.5% in February. That was a lot more than expected and the first monthly gain in a year. Meanwhile, that same report said the median existing home price for all housing types fell to $363,000. That marked the first annual drop in nearly 11 years. Google is jumping on board the artificial intelligence train. The company is releasing its own AI chatbot to the public. It's called Bard. And Google says that Bard can be used to boost productivity and accelerate ideas. It closely mirrors OpenAI's ChatGPT, but it does have slight differences. For example, Bard will give you several versions of answers for users to choose from. And finally, a lot of companies are admitting they are vulnerable to cyber attacks. According to a survey by Cisco, 82% expect a cybersecurity incident to disrupt their business in the next 12 to 24 months. And get this, more than 40% who said they were attacked in the past year say it cost them at least $500,000. Time now for your lunch break. A 3D printing machine has successfully printed cheesecake. The machines have been able to make a lot of things: furniture, shoes, human organs, even a rocket. Well, now you can add baked dessert to the list. Engineers at Columbia University used a 3D printing machine and laser technology to whip up a 7-ingredient vegan cheesecake. Researchers say the experiment was a step toward making it practical to use 3D printing in mechanically assembled food. That is all the time we have for Fox 45 News Midday. Be More Lifestyle is up next. Mark Clark, first we have lab chicken and now 3D printed cheesecake.
I know Big Mama is mad. Okay.
Bon appetit.
We've all seen them at restaurants. Someone orders fajitas and the entire restaurant knows because the plate comes out full of fire. It all could be fake. What? Yeah, stick around. We'll tell you more about it on Be More Lifestyle next.
You're watching Fox 45 in Baltimore. Now live from TV Hill, this is Be More Lifestyle.
Hey, what's up, Baltimore? I'm Mark Clark, and this is Be More Lifestyle live from Studio B at Fox Baltimore. Lady T is here, along with Charles M. Kithcart, the CEO of American Diaspora Maritime. Charles, welcome. And meteorologist Jasmine Lomax in the building.
Hey, happy hump day, y'all.
That's right. Let me tell you right now, a restaurant worker is appearing to pull back the curtain, revealing a big secret about sizzling fajita dishes just before leaving the kitchen. You see someone pouring water on the hot plate, making it smoke and sizzle. Some online totally shocked, saying their entire life has been a lie.
Wait a minute.
So what is the secret? Are they just pouring the water on it to make it look like it's hot?
Yeah, no, they threw water on it and it sizzled. Did you see that?
I didn't see it.
I just had fajitas yesterday. I was just at Cheetos and Laurel. But look, I'm mad now. It comes out sizzling so deep like that, and you're basically coughing over smoke.
Right.
But it looks so good, and you always try to get like you make a TikTok with it. So it's for the appeal. But now I feel heartbroken. I feel deceived.
Well, I mean, Charles, are you mad about this? I mean, as long as it's hot, I don't care. It's okay.
You know, I'm heartbroken. I think I'm just going to pass out right now.
Oh, my goodness. Well, we have medics on the scene. Jasmine, are you shocked?
No, I'm not surprised. I read somewhere that sometimes they use like oil, a little lime juice, but I mean, if you're grilling and you take something off the grill, you bring it inside, it's not always like steaming like that.
Okay.
So why would you expect that from the restaurant?
And then my weave is at risk. My weave be at risk because of the frizz, and you got all that. I feel deceived. I don't like that.
It's okay. It's okay.
I want real fire.
Lady T, it's all right.
I
Now,
want
careful. Careful what you buy online. A woman says she ruined her brother's surprise proposal after seeing what he bought on their family's Amazon account. The woman says she noticed her brother had bought candles and twinkle lights, along with the ring box and even women's nail polish. And it's apparently not the first time this has happened. Others online say they too had surprise ruined thanks to shared accounts. But yeah, that happens. I mean, you know, you got to be careful. Charles, does this happen to you when you're buying new yachts?
It happens all the time. They think I'm going to give them the yacht, and I keep it.
Lady T, do you know, does this happen to you? Do you know, you have the shared accounts and they can see what you're doing?
Can we circle back to the yachts? I, too, would like one if you have one on standby. No, but I think this is messed up that their proposal got basically messed up because of their shared account. This is why you have to have a shared account and separate accounts. So you got to do both. This is what my mama taught me. So I don't know why. He really messed up there, to be honest.
What about you, Jasmine?
This has never happened to me, but something similar happened. Someone used my Ulta account for a perfume I wanted, and I got they put my number in so I could get the points, but I saw the receipt.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, is this from you, Mom, or is this from you, Dad?
Yeah, this happens to me. This happens to me on YouTube when I'm looking at stuff I'm not supposed to.
Wait a minute.
My 18-year-old daughter pulls it up and says, Dad, what are you doing? And I'm like, huh, what?
They got that on YouTube? And then like a block?
Well, the shared accounts. Just be careful. Now we want you to tell it. Do you share your online accounts with family and friends? Vote on our website, foxbaltimore.com/vote. When you get to the website, make sure you click on the Lifestyle tab. You can also vote on our Fox 45 News app. At the end of the show, we'll see what everybody thinks. Now, spring is here, and for some, that means springtime allergies as flowers start to bloom. So how bad can we expect things to be in Baltimore? A new report ranking cities based on pollen count. Baltimore coming right in the middle at 53. Wichita, Kansas was named the top allergy capital. Buffalo, New York was named the least. Okay, at least we're 53. That's not that bad. Charles, do you suffer from any allergies?
I'm allergic to fajita sauce.
Oh, okay, there you go.
So if it's smoking, that helps dissipate it, and I just brush it away.
I thought Charles was going to say, I'm allergic to being broke.
There you go.
Jasmine, do you have any allergies that you know?
Yeah, I do. And as a kid, I was such a terrible allergy sufferer. So I'm really surprised that we're 53.
Right.
I think we would be way higher on the list.
Yeah, we're in a good spot. What about you, Lady T? What are you allergic to, Lady T?
Listen, somebody is perpetrating a fraud on here, okay?
Really?
Because we definitely have a lot of pollen. Every time I go outside, our cars are yellow. So this is definitely, we should have been higher up on the list for pollen count because my nose can't take it, my eyes can't take it. Like, it's just, it comes down like like a force. I blame Jasmine. I blame our meteorologist for not warning us. Where did spring come from? It was just so cold last week.
It's here. It's here now.
It's here. It's here. It has arrived, and there's beautiful flowers, but I can't take the pollen. It's too much for my nose. I can't take it.
Well, you know what? The survey says we're 53, and I'm sticking with that. Look, guys, we'll see you later in the show. Thanks so much. Still ahead, it's an important part of the community. Coming up, how the Y in Central Maryland is helping families and how you can get involved, okay? But first, an inflation soars. There's a new way to make your food last longer. That's coming up in Steals and Deals. Stay right there.
You're watching Be More Lifestyle.
Tupperware is one of the most trusted brands when it comes to food storage. Today, Stacey Bell from America's Steals and Deals is sharing their new product designed to extend the life of your food and save money on your grocery bill.
The following segment is sponsored by Gnocchi.
We really like a sandwich at our house for a snack on the go because we're always running around, but it is the worst when you go to grab the bread and it's stale and it's moldy. This Tupperware bread saver has really helped us out with that. It's so easy to use. It's lightweight. It's got this little divider in it, so you can put the divider in, and if different people in the house like different types of bread, one goes here, the other goes here, and then you just close it, and it's going to keep your bread fresh, and that's going to save you money because you don't want to throw away money. Groceries are so expensive right now. This works because it's got this little ventilation on the top, and it's just the right amount of air. Too much air makes the bread stale, and too little is going to create mold. So this gives you just the right amount. The other thing I like about it, if you have the kids or the grandkids over, like sometimes when we have family, I like to treat us to muffins or bagels. You can put these in a separate compartment. Even if you treat yourself to the good bagels, they stay fresh right there, and you just cover it. And it's got this really sleek look, and it looks good in any kitchen, and it's really lightweight to transport. With this price that you're getting, you could buy a couple and give these to friends as a gift. Right now, we're offering 25% off the Tupperware Bread Saver. This is really a good deal. It's gonna save you money in the long run. Head to asadeals.com for this exclusive offer.
Still ahead, new season, new style. We'll talk the hottest fashion trends for spring coming up next. And Selling Baltimore is a place to be. We'll talk about the new efforts to bring the spirit of America's Cup to Charm City. Next.
This is Be More Lifestyle.
Spring has sprung, and that means new spring fashion. Kimberly Stokes is here, and we call her a fashionista. So, Kim, I'm going to let you take over and take us to your fashion show. What do we have? What are we celebrating today?
Well, you know, spring is in the air, and Classic Consigns by KYS is ready for spring. I have a few models. I have 1 male and 3 females that are going to show you some of the latest trends for the spring.
All right. Who do we have first?
First, we have Jen, and Jen is in a classic and very elegant white with just a few flowers print in the dress. This is a very, very fashion-forward piece. Classic Consigns. We pride ourselves on very classic and very timeless pieces. And you see I accented it with a very classic purse, and we paired it with a pair of clear shoes.
Okay, I see.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's spring, so Kim, is white always the way to go? I see we see a lot of white today.
Well, you know what? This is just something I wanted to do for today. You know, white is timeless, so you can always pair white with anything. So with Thomas, Mr. Shark is wearing a pair of white linen pants with a Joseph Banks linen shirt.
Oh, don't hurt him, Shark.
Uh-huh. Yeah, Mr. Shark is looking really good now. Uh-huh. And again, you know, linen you can wear throughout the whole summer. And I have a lot of seersucker and really nice linen suits for men, going up to size 52, 54.
Wait a minute. Hello. That's right. Just in time.
Exactly. Exactly. And then we have Teresa. Teresa is in all white, but we paired it with a green metallic jacket with a Celine bag. Yes, a very nice Celine bag. Classic Consigns has all types of pieces. We have vintage. We have again, just all types of styles and pieces. This Celine bag, we have Michael Kors, we have Louis Vuitton, we have Coach, we have it all.
Oh my goodness, I like that.
Yes, and she has on a very classic Dino-Pliner platform shoe. Dino-Pliner is one of my favorite brands for shoes, very classic.
And so, Kimberly, people, you know, with consignment, when people drop things off, I guess, throughout the year, in the spring, do you just hold them for the appropriate season, I guess? So if people have things, do they just drop them off?
Well, no, I do like to take things as season appropriate. Okay. So right now I am taking things for spring and summer. Okay. And then, of course, you know, when the end of the season, end of the summer comes, I'll start with fall. So I do it by season.
All right. But last but not least, who do we have?
We have Courtney, and Courtney is in my edgy outfit today.
Come on, Courtney.
This is what I call my Martha's Vineyard special. This was purchased on Martha's Vineyard. And again, for the summer, spring and summer, dresses. Dresses and denim are really big this spring. So I have Courtney in a very colorful sheer piece and accented everything with a little bit of gold.
And that bag is something else. Let me
yes,
tell you something.
it is. Yes.
And so, Kimberly, you know, here's the thing. You know, I think when you see, like with consignment shops and things like that, it speaks to when you buy a quality piece of clothing, not only can it last you a nice time, but it could live a long life, right?
Exactly.
And so, you know, being on television every day and having to have, you know, outfits and stuff, sometimes I will buy something cheap that looks good, but I do notice it doesn't last that long. Talk to us about how important it is to buy, when you can, a quality piece of clothing. Even, it doesn't have to be super expensive, but sometimes you get it at a consignment shop, or sometimes you get it at a place that offers discounts, right?
I have been consigning, going to thrift stores and consignment stores since I was a little girl. My mother wanted us to have a really good education, so didn't have money for clothes. So we always went to consignment shops. And you can find a great quality in consignment. What I have on and everything that the models are wearing are all consigned items.
Wow.
So what I call gently loved.
Gently loved. And
yes.
So how can people follow you?
People can follow me at Classic Consigns, at CONSIGNS, by KYS on Instagram and on Facebook. And this weekend, March the 25th, on Saturday, we are having a fashion show, Sip, Shop, and Show is what I call it. It's you can buy your tickets on Eventbrite. It's going to be, again, March the 25th. It's called Sip, Shop, and Show. You can follow us at Classic Consigns by KYS on Instagram and on Facebook.
All right, thanks so much for joining us. Great information, great clothing. Thanks so much. Now, spring has sprung. We're seeing flowers popping up. For a closer look at the beautiful blooms, let's go to meteorologist Jasmine Lomax with your best weather in America. What's up, Jasmine?
Thanks, Mark. We're taking a look at this photo from Texas. Spring is in the air. You can see some of the bluebonnets in the background. The flowers are starting to bloom, and it's really gorgeous outside, not just there, but here as well. We have above average temperatures, and we're already starting to see some of our flowers bloom, including the cherry blossoms. So if you're planning on viewing those, today is actually the best day to do that. They are in peak now. We're talking temperatures reaching the mid-60s with a good bit of sunshine this afternoon. You want to do that today because tomorrow and on Friday we have our next chances for a few showers across the state, and that could impact your plans. Currently, we sit at 55 with mostly cloudy skies, but we will have a little more sunshine later on. Temperatures across the state are mostly in the 50s with more sunshine along the eastern shore. But as we head into the afternoon, we'll have more sunshine and temperatures rise to the 60s. We'll be well above average for this time of year. So for any yard work, if you're going on a walk or run, it looks great. We're dry around our area thanks to high pressure over the Atlantic, but our next weather maker is on the way. That's this cold front that you see. That will approach us tomorrow, leading to the chance for showers, and the rain continues into the weekend. Notice this afternoon, we will start to have some of those clouds break up. Then tomorrow or into the night, we've got our next chance for a few showers. This could have impacts on your morning drive. We're talking wet roads and possibly some light rain. Then later in the morning, the rain becomes a little more consistent, and it continues off and on throughout the afternoon and then into the night. We've got more rain on the way for your Friday. That's actually when we have our greatest rain chances. You'll want the umbrellas Friday and again on Saturday. We dry out on Sunday. It looks like a great end to the weekend, but our rain chances pick back up on Monday and Tuesday. We're looking at spotty showers across much of the state. Temperatures reach 64 this afternoon with a mix of sunshine and clouds. We are talking breezy conditions. Wind gusts could exceed 20 miles per hour, but otherwise enjoy the pleasant weather before the rain comes. Tomorrow's temperatures reach the low 70s. That is well above average for this time of year, but unfortunately, we'll have showers throughout the day. 55 with more rain on Friday, 61 on Saturday. Then we're looking at a gorgeous end to the weekend, 65 on Sunday with nice and dry weather. After that, our temperatures drop to 62 on Monday, 58 on Tuesday with showers on both days. Then as we head into the rest of the work week, temperatures gradually rise back to the low 60s. Back to you.
Charles Cathcart is determined to make positive change in Baltimore by creating excitement, jobs, and opportunities for the youth. He joins us now on Be More Lifestyle. Charles, how are you?
I'm fine, Mark. Thanks for having me.
Great, man. So what is ADM, or America Diaspora Maritime?
Well, first of all, it's African Diaspora Maritime, and it's an America's Cup aspirant. The America's Cup is yacht racing, and yacht racing is typically the most expensive sport in the world. And fortunately, I've been on 3 different America's Cup teams and sailed on a 4th retired America's Cup boat.
I love it. And so why did you decide to bring this vision to Baltimore?
Well, there's a history of the Black Mariner, and Baltimore is predominantly an African-American city. It's based on the water, and we can look in the news all the time and see that math and science scores are dropping, the reading is dropping, but when we design and build the boat, we're going to focus on STEM, and then we have a beautiful history of the Black Mariner, so people are going to love what they see. I think the reading scores are going to go up, the STEM's going to go up and skyrocket.
Awesome. So what needs to happen for the vessel to be entered into America's Cup?
So the deadline to sign into the America's Cup is May, the last day in May. It's New Zealand time, so it's 17 hours ahead. And I just have to pay the entry fees and buy a America's Cup 40, which is the training boat, and assemble the team. So we're selling our jerseys, hats, and stickers. And so we needed about 300,000 sales. We're down to 143,000 sales, and we're going to make it. So we're going to have an America's Cup team, and it'll be the equivalent of the Jamaican bobsled team based in Baltimore.
And, you know, we have a little extra time, so Charles, talk to us about that. So, again, I'm sorry about the African Diaspora Maritime, obviously. You know, I was saying it incorrectly, but, you know, talk to us about that dynamic, because like you said, that was a phenomenon. The Jamaican bobsled team kind of created, you know, even a movie, kind of almost like a, viral before viral, a trend. And so you think the same thing can happen with this movement, the ADM movement, because the world has never seen this before. Talk to us about that and how important it is for Baltimore.
Well, what's important is that the America's Cup is a money driver, and African Diaspora Maritime is going to get the same driving power as the America's Cup. So when people purchase the jerseys and hats or stickers, and we reach our numbers, when we start to christen boats and train, and you see these America's Cup boats in the inner harbor, you're going to see that the world is going to pay attention, and it drives money to Baltimore. And with that money, we're going to do some secondary and tertiary things and have a craft city where we teach some skill sets so people can get jobs. We're going to have 5 craft cities and have 50 people per factory.
I love it. And so expand on that. So we're talking about taking something that, again, for many of us is maybe foreign and making it a part of Baltimore and making it a part of the community. And young people will be exposed to yachting and things that maybe they've never been exposed to before, but also get a skill set they didn't have before, correct?
Absolutely. So as far as the America's Cup is concerned, the boats are made out of laminates, polymers, and resins and carbon. Designing the boat is computer-aided design, and so you have linear perturbation programs, velocity prediction programs, and the like. And also building the boat is a skill set. But on top of that, we're going to open up non-related craft factories where we have the extra money from the sales that we've done, and we're going to teach cold glass sculpting, hot glass blowing, tongue and groove woodworking, to name a few. And people around the world will purchase these items, and it will be the basis of creating Greenwood 2.0 right here in Baltimore.
Awesome. So how can people follow you?
I would go to admsailing.com, African Diaspora Maritime, and you can just Google that. At the top, you'll see the website. But if you scroll, you'll see that we've already have plenty of articles, plenty of news. And as a matter of fact, we were in the New York State Supreme Court a few years ago when they didn't want us to have this team. But just like Jackie Robinson, we're powering through.
Awesome. Thanks for being on the show. Appreciate the information. Okay, excited about this, man.
Thank you, Mark.
All right, still ahead, a surprise ruined. How a woman played detective and figured out when a guy was about to propose. The clues she calls obvious, coming up next. Careful what you buy online. A woman says she ruined her brother's surprise proposal after seeing what he bought on their family's Amazon account. Woman says she noticed her brother had brought candles and twinkling lights along with the ring box and even women's nail polish. And it's apparently not the first time this has happened. Other online say they too had surprises ruined thanks to shared accounts. We wanted you to tell it. Do you share online accounts with your family and friends? Most of you are saying no. Okay, that's a good idea. Great show lined up for tomorrow. The Masked Singer is back with all new episodes tonight. It's country night as the contestants sing their favorite country songs. 2 will be unmasked and only 1 will advance. We're going to be watching and we'll bring you the big reveal and our reaction to it all coming up tomorrow on Be More Lifestyles.
Find out how to have your business featured on Be More Lifestyle. Email us at BeMoreLifestyleTV@FoxBaltimore.com.
And thank you for inviting us into your home. Make sure you follow Be More Lifestyle on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And we'll see you tomorrow.